Um, so I just want to go through some of your wins this week, and then we can just have a little leadership recap, 2019, and and then Sherry, if you have anything that you want to share that you learned or took away, maybe get your notes or something, and you can share with us. Like I looked at some of my one-liners, and I have my favorite one-liner. So be thinking about like what like your favorite one-liner was, or quote or something that you heard that in like you want to use to inspire you this year. Anyway, just a thought before we get going. But who wants to start sharing with what you some of your wins? Because we didn't meet last week, so I guess it's over the last couple weeks. What's some of your wins? Anyone? Bueller?
Oh, did you ask someone specifically or just
Yeah,
anyone?
just whoever. I mean, I can start name calling if you want, but no wins?
Well, I'll go in a minute. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Well, I had some wins. Thanks, honey. I came back from leadership. I had a class already on the calendar, and I did a class on Sunday. We had 4 prospects, 1 small retail order, and 3 enrollment. So that was pretty good odds.
Wow.
Wow.
And they were all personal enrollments. Yay.
Oh my gosh, amazing. Did they get the deep blue?
Yeah. No, they were all small. But then I had one gal that I was, I think I did a class for her like 2 months ago, and she just has never bit the bullet and enrolled, been, dancing with her. So the same day that I was enrolling these other gals, the other one texted me and said, well, I finally had the time to jump on and do it. And she, her order was, 278 PV or something. So,
Wow.
and so that was a good day. 4 personal enrollments in one day.
Oh my gosh, that's impressive. Holy cow, that's a lot of work too.
It felt pretty easy because it was just, 1 class 2 months ago and then 1 class that was really successful. So,
wow. Way to go.
And just on as far as the leadership goes, I was constantly taking notes. I have a ton of notes in my notebook, and unfortunately I have not even looked at them since. And so I wish I had gone through and highlighted and pulled out some of my favorite one-liners. They're in here for sure. That's kind of where I'm at starting out today, is like, oh shoot, I've got lots of notes, but
yeah, just look through it. Just scan through it while we're on the call or whatever.
Okay.
Skim through it. That's great. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Super inspiring. Did you get your AromaTouch belt, Sherry?
I did. Oh my gosh, I did. And I so meant to say something. We both did.
No worries.
So much.
Oh, I'm so glad.
Well, I've never had one of those, so I'm really excited.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
Good.
I've always wanted one. Thank you.
Yeah, well, it's cool. What I loved about it that was different was that it zipped up into a little bag, so you can always store your oils, and then they never get all over your clothes. And then there's it covers your clothes, so if when you're wearing it, if you bend over, it's not going to get on you.
Oh, I never thought of that. That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
Can't wait to try it out.
Simple little gift, but I figure that's a really useful gift while we're all offering AromaTouches and different things like that.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Good. Awesome. So Barry, tell me.
Well, probably for me, it's more of a personal thing, victory just personally, which was being at leadership and around you and our other team members. And so that's my victory is that what it did for me and in feeding me. So there's a lot of other things going on, but that was huge, you know, and it's once a year, and to get that information and to see where doTERRA's going and the ideas that come to me. So that's just, you know, I made it out there. I made it out there safe and back. I was able to get a ticket at the last minute so just all kinds of victories and huge stuff now to propel or to feed, to fuel me for the rest of the year from that side of things.
Yeah. Maybe we could have Liz take off her video. Just a little distracting.
And my maybe my biggest from leadership would have been when Elise Sedeby talked, and what she talked about as far as belief and doubt and some of that stuff that's so powerful for an individual, you know, and I took that just personally for me and how it can help me. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Awesome. How about you, Rhonda? Thank you.
Some personal epiphanies. Just taking the brain down into the heart. Finally got that accomplished.
Good job.
You know, that's huge.
It's a lifelong process, I think.
Yeah, it's gonna take more practice, but to keep it there.
Yeah, right?
But that was a huge breakthrough for me.
You figured out how to do it, huh?
Yeah, with some assistance, but absolutely.
Good. That's a win.
Oh yeah.
Johnny Covey just called me yesterday, and he's got a 1-page paper he wants to share with me, and so I can start teaching you guys it in a more simpler way. And so I'll share that with you next week if I can talk to him before it. Well, I guess we'll see where I'm at next week. I'm going to be gone for 2 weeks, so I may have my leaders cover the call, or we'll see where I'm at, because I don't know where I'll be, because I'll be in Switzerland and Italy next week and the next week. So
Awesome.
yeah, I'm excited. But time, I'm just thinking of time, like, because it's 8 hours ahead. So it would probably be like, what time is it now?
Rachel, there's smoke coming out of your ears.
I know, I don't like to think about time. Time is not my friend. Okay, so right now it's 5 p.m. Hey,
this is why I use that. Okay?
Yeah,
that's why I have one of those things.
Well, I have Time Buddy, and it tells me all the places that I'm looking at, and it says it's 5 p.m. So if it works out, I'll probably have you guys in charge, and then if I can get on, I'll get on if I'm in a space that I can. So anyway, so anything good? Yeah, it's awesome. Brian just went to the dentist because he was chewing. Wait, what were you doing, Brian? He wasn't doing anything in his tooth. Part of his tooth just popped off.
That's not good.
He's out of the blue, and he's like, that sucks, and we're going to be leaving, so so not fun. Excuse me. So I'll try to share that document with you guys and go over it, and so it's a very simple way that you can also help your leaders go over the head-to-heart process, especially Rhonda, if you've gone and you understand it, now you can probably teach it a little bit even more, you know?
Right. Yeah, it's taking you down into the Atma, and that experience is powerful.
Yeah, right?
You know, especially for, you know, manifesting, and really that's what we're doing when we're building, is manifesting those leaders to show up. And I had 2 things that have been literally 5 months, just constant struggle from my sister's death. And both of them cleared out literally within 15 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
hmm
Cool.
So
What?
it's setting the other intentions to, or intentions to doing that as well with doTERRA. And we
Mm.
had an amazing drum making class on Sunday.
Oh,
at Cynthia.
you went to Cynthia's?
Yeah.
How was that?
Oh, it was magical.
Tell me. Do you love
Yeah.
your drum?
Huh?
You love your drum?
I love my drum.
Ah, that's so cool.
Yeah, it's a deer. It's a deer hide.
It's a deer hide. Oh,
Yeah.
interesting. Mine's buffalo, and I have a cow too, but we
I'll
did a drum making.
see if I can share it.
Okay. Yeah, please. Yeah, we are doing another one in our teepee at the end of this month, end of April. And I'm really sad because I'm not going to be able to be there. So, but Katie Jo, I don't know if you remember her from a couple years ago, we had the drum circle and she
Mhm.
came and did the big thing. Anyway, she's leading a drum making thing in the teepee, and I can't come to my own teepee. Dang it. What's Atma is what Ron asked, Rhonda.
Atma is when your heart opens and you can literally feel the divine within in your heart. And it beats. You can see it
Wow.
through the heart chakra.
Wow. That's awesome. That's so cool. Good job. She made that.
That's cool.
She made it in Cynthia's teepee. She just
What kind of hide is that? Is that buffalo?
Deer.
Oh, deer?
No, that's deer.
Oh dear.
It's kind of weird, huh? Because it's like all thick and slimy and.
Oh, I like that kind of stuff. I'm from Montana, remember?
Oh yeah. You're like, I like hide.
I gotta go.
Okay.
I drive out to Fallon just to, smell manure.
I'm sorry.
See you guys. Gotta go.
See you, Brian.
Hi, Brian.
Bye. Yeah.
Hi, bye. Anyway, well, good job. That's fun. Those are good wins. Making drums and feeling the divine in your heart. Really good wins.
Oh, yeah. And I reconnected with one of my builders yesterday and today and just pointed out a couple of things, and she was like on it.
Wow.
So it just makes a huge difference when it's open like that.
Right? And you can even share that experience, and that will soften their heart too.
Yeah, she reached out to her builder too, because it was, she literally was $5 away from making her commission or 5 PV. I know.
She didn't go?
Yeah, she did it.
Oh, okay. I was like,
Yeah,
what?
they both had the epiphany and went, what? Okay. Just like, did y'all have a brain fart or what?
Right?
Yeah, and it's it's
done.
I think it's that a lot of what I see is a lot of people get hung up on that assumption. Oh my God, I can't call him at the end of the month and tell him to order more. And that's not what the point was. I just called her up and said, did you know you're leaving money on the table?
Right?
Who wants to do that?
Yeah.
And they're like, what? No, oh my God. Okay.
Yeah. Just a little mind slip.
Yeah, I think that's our job, is to remind people, hey, this is not about me. This is about you leaving money on the table. You don't want to do that.
Yeah. There is definitely care because you want them to get their, commissions. So that's for sure. Thank you for sharing. I love that. Lots of good stuff. How about you, Ron or Liz? Any wins for the week?
Yeah, life's good. Life's good. Just let's see. I prospected 5 people at leadership, and another person when I came back the next morning, and I've got
They're already wellness advocates.
no, none of them. They none of them even heard about it. And then let's see, another guy, like the other morning, I was having my Birkenstocks resold, of course. So I have to have my color coordinated Birks. So my gray ones were getting resold. And I said, it smells like glue in here. Would you like to smell better in here? So we wowed him, and he's interested. And I talk, of course, of business, right? So, so yeah, I've been wowing a lot of people, adding people.
How about following up with those 5 people?
Oh, goodness. What do you want me to do? Change my entire life?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so I actually am starting to do that.
What?
Yeah.
Tell me. Oh.
Well, no, I'm just starting to do that. I'm starting to call people back, and what a concept. But what else?
Not the front door.
Something
Not
happened.
the front door.
Yeah.
Not following up with people.
Yeah, well, not everybody, but like, for example, yesterday, I had somebody in San Diego that did some, we missed the party because we were out getting headshots, but she does amazing work. And it's a gal that did our headshots 10 years ago, the ones this one here, Anyway, so she did some more headshots for us at San Diego when we were down there, and just got the photos yesterday. It's like unbelievable. We actually looked younger. Oh gosh, all kinds of them. So, yeah, lots of them.
I know. Show us one that you like.
Okay, let's go to my website here. Let's see, where would it be?
Ron, I think not now. We have to choose, please. Please,
They're all really good. They're all really good. I mean, I almost think I'm photogenic now. It's kind of weird,
You're like, wow, I'm a pretty handsome man.
I mean, I was like, damn, that looks really. I'm like, this is why I use her, because she always does amazing photos.
Like, I look good.
Yeah. I was pleasantly surprised.
Please.
What's that, dear?
Not now. We have to choose. Plus, this
we don't.
Much.
Liz, we're among friends here. Jeez.
Yeah.
Goodness gracious.
Just a picture.
I know. I'm trying to figure out where it is.
I did a picture. I did a photo shoot a couple days ago too.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Cool. Show us some pictures. While I'm looking for mine, show us yours. I'll show you mine.
I did some.
I'm just trying to find web pages. Like I have about 300 windows open right in my browser right now.
This one from the TP.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Nice.
Awesome.
Thanks.
Let's see here. I know what I'll do. I will go ahead and I have to go to my email to get the link, because there was like so many good pictures. I was like, wow.
I did this one.
Hang on,
I wore my boss lady shirt. It says boss lady.
Let's see here.
Guys, I'm a boss.
You are.
And I also
apparently
was juicing my celery that I do every morning.
Nice. Oh, here it is. I think I just found it. I have to go to a link. I just have so many windows open.
Barry just did a photo shoot with his celery juice too.
Let's see here.
Yeah, that's right on. Celery.
Did it explode?
He wore his apron.
Oh, goodness.
Why you show him the pictures, Barry?
My juice, it was really more of a ground up steak, probably. I did have some tara greens last night. Try to get that in every day. And there's got to be something in that. I mean, there's a billion things in that.
Okay, so I'll share my screen if you want.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. Now, she's going to scream because these are pictures of Liz.
Oh, look how Liz. Oh, you look so good.
Look at that. I mean, these are good pictures, right?
They're great.
Oh, good job.
So it's like, I mean, she did, yeah. And it's like, how do I pick? It's like, it's crazy.
Oh yeah, those are awesome.
There's some good pictures. I don't look that good, but these, it's like amazing.
Look at you. Oh, that's a cute one. I like that one.
I like that one on the left.
Which one? This one here or the other side?
I like the one on that one right there.
That one, yeah, I actually like that too.
Yeah, that's a consensus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
Oh,
like,
that
there's
one's
like,
good.
which one?
Go back up. This one. Oh, back down.
Back down.
Wait, no, left. Go
This
up,
one?
up, up,
Yeah,
up,
up.
up, up.
Hang on, I gotta move the mouse.
One more. Yep, right there to the left.
That one or this one?
No,
Yeah,
that one.
that one.
Huh.
That one.
It's amazing. You know, I mean, I don't know how she did it. I really don't. I mean, she's good.
That's the magic of photography.
It is. It is. And those are unretouched. So, I mean, it's like, anyway, she's good.
Which ones you want, and then she'll touch them up, huh?
Well, you know, what's really amazing is that this picture here is literally 10 years ago. That's like our 10th anniversary of that same photographer, right? So she's like, yeah, I'll take some pictures of you. So anyway, pretty cool.
Well, cool. How about you, Liz? Any wins from leadership or anything?
I signed someone up. If you look in your back office, you would see I signed someone up.
Wow. Well, I'm gonna have to.
From
I'm gonna have to
leadership.
figure out how to get in my back office. I don't know
But
how to
she-
do that.
Lawyer, I signed her up after 4 days without a presentation, just talking, just wowing and texting. And she happens to be, listen to this, the sales director of a pharmaceutical company, and she lives in Tennessee. I don't know if it's based in Tennessee. I think it is, the company.
And she
Yeah.
lives in Tennessee too?
Yeah, she's a national sales director.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome. How'd you get connected with her?
Well, I was just walking down from my room, just going around the building, the Hard Rock Hotel. On the second floor happens to be all the little not ballroom events room, and there they are. I saw the sign, a table. It says pharmaceutical company, blah blah blah, and then I asked her. I didn't know who she was. I said, "Oh my God, you're doing all this for health? What are you doing?" "Oh, we have an event. We are promoting the steroid that they have brand new." Said, "Oh, so your avatar would be doctors and health providers?" "Oh yeah." "So you have researchers and scientists?" "Yeah." "Oh my God, that's great. You know, all about her. And then she said, "What do you do?" "Oh no, what do you do?" Finally, after talking about her, she asked me, "What do you do?" "Oh, we are also doing business related to being healthy. So I mean, also in health business." "Really? What do you do?" So I started blah, 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 blah. And then she said, "Oh, I have peppermint right here, and it's doTERRA." "Oh my God." I said, "Oh, are you signed up?" I already vetted. "Are you signed up?"
Finally.
"No, my friends and I are pulling money together, and we just buy from one of the people we know." "Oh, really? And you know what? I like this." And said, "But I cannot take On Guard." I brought On Guard out. "I cannot take Wild Orange." "Oh, okay. But," she said, "I don't bring my kids to the doctor." She said, "Oh, really?" So I said, "You know what? We've been doing this for 8 years, and I can show you how to use this for your kids. And you may not see me again." I told her, "You may not see me again, but go back to your friends and you know, learn some more oils." And she said, "Well, I mean, give me a business card." And I said, "I don't, but I'm gonna give you my cell number. And okay, here's my business card." And I put it in my little purse, and I went home, meaning upstairs, and I was excited, right? And then I look at the business card. Oh my gosh, it says sales director, national sales director of this company. Oh my God.
Oh.
I started texting her, right? So finally, after 4 days, I said, "Would you like a Zoom call, a little presentation before you sign up?" "No, I'm ready to sign up." She texted, "Here's what I want, and here's my information." She knows the drill. "Here's my name, my email, my phone number. When you're ready, text me and I'll give you the credit card." Oh my God. I wish everybody, all prospects are like that, right?
Because
So-
she's in business, she knows what to do. I love it when I get enrollments with people that just get
Well,
it.
here's the fun part, okay? At the Hard Rock was a pharmaceutical pain management convention.
Oh, geez.
No, it's
You got inflammation. You got everything.
I mean, I would have camped at the doors, I think, if I'd known that.
well,
They take down your names.
Next.
well, I caught her and when she said, when we're discussing the steroid product, and she said, oh, I don't even believe in the steroid. And I caught the long phrase and sentence, and I don't know if she caught what she said. And in my mind, it's stuck in my head. Oh my gosh, this lady really probably would be a good natural health product. So anyway, she should get her product tomorrow.
Well, I hear Tennessee is pretty great. My friends like want to move there because the people are so amazing, and it's just a little hidden gem, they say. And
Yeah,
so
that's
it'd
true.
be really cool if you could start building out there. And
I don't know.
start
She already,
teaching classes.
Ron said, sign her up as a customer. I should have wellness advocate.
No,
No.
customer's great, because who knows what she'll turn into. Because you can always turn her into a wellness advocate, but if she doesn't want to build for, a few months, then
Yep. You can move her somewhere else if you need to that way.
She's really cool because she said, Liz, she texted me, okay, we're done. Just text me where I can buy the big book you told me you read at the beginning, which is Modern Essentials. So I sent her, I emailed her, and she said, yep, I'm going to check on that. And I'm going to connect with her today again. And I think she's probably stressed with her job because she was in California for the rest of the week that we were there in leadership. She was in San Diego, and then in Costa Mesa, and then in LAX. So she travels a lot with her kids.
wow.
Anyway, God bless her.
Well, congratulations.
Yeah,
There you go.
that's it.
So let's kind of move on to our next phase. Now it's at half the hour. We can start doing just sharing a little bit about leadership and what we gained from leadership. I know that Rhonda here, she gets to be the guinea pig to hear all of our stories, which is awesome. And whoever watches the recording. So I asked Barry and Ron, Liz, I didn't know if you got my text or not, but I just asked if you wanted to share some things that you gained from leadership. And I just asked Barry to wasn't there the first day. So if you could just kind of give him a rundown about what new products and the trip and just some of the things that you learned the first day, and if you guys want to fill in anything that you learned the first day. And then he's going to just make some points on Elise Chedevy's talk, because it was a super powerful talk. I loved it. She did a really great job. And then I'll just pull out some things from my notes from different people's event or different people's talks and stuff. So yeah, a little recap.
Okay, you want me just to cover a little bit on the first morning?
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's see. I'm just gonna share the screen here. So can you all see that? That's just a little bit of the program. So I'll just hit some high points for me. There's no way, I mean, this is a whole bunch of stuff and super powerful. I would say that I watched Andy Goddard do their coaching this morning, and he went into some things that were he didn't go into everything, but he went a little more into some of the new incentives and such. But anyway, so we've got Corey Lindley, Dr. Hill, who then talked a lot about Dr. Osgathorpe, Dave Sterling into some of the new programs. I'm just the best thing I can do is maybe hit a couple of the photos, and that gives me something to
remind you of.
remember. So
okay, that's fine.
Let's see. I'm just and they'll kind of go in the order of those speakers. So some I might click through really quick, and let's see. I probably should do like 5 minutes, maybe.
Whatever works, Barry. We're here for the next half hour, so.
All right. So move stuff out of the way here. So can you
I
all?
always love Corey Lindley's. That's like one of my favorite ones, because it just makes me feel so grateful to be a part of this company. We're just like so successful, like every year. It's just like, what? We just keep getting better.
So,
Yeah.
so did they anywhere say what they were in terms of global volume? I missed that.
It might be, of course, I don't have a picture of every slide, but let's see, we'll see what I've got here kind of and go. But so Corey, that's like Rachel says, I really love to get the update on the company. How well are we doing on our goals? Are we exceeding them? What's the growth? To me, that shows the evidence of the quality of the oils and the quality of the leadership and the quality of the people. So here's a little update on the company, which, that is, if you look at companies around the world, that's, especially if you go into the wellness industry, this is just, I think, unparalleled. And so he just kind of leads it along here, these that we know about, their mission to change, and look at what they've done, obviously. And through wellness advocates. And, at leadership, there's a lot of people there for the first time too. And many people have never seen some of these things. And so it may be it may not be new to us, but it was new to them. So he kind of covered those basics. Why did they do it this way? Why did they do direct selling? What's the difference with doTERRA? So if it's not a big one, I'll just skip on to, he went into US and Canada. So he gives the data, like where are we on sales and growth? Ron, do you remember what the CAGR stood for? I'm not remembering it right now. Combined average
growth rate, maybe?
That's what it is. Combined average growth rate.
Mm-hmm.
So that gives you an idea on US and Canada. International, look at that. So US and Canada is 17% 5-year, which is phenomenal, right?
I wish they would put numbers on the left side. They used to do that.
I think he showed some gross numbers on, maybe if I got a picture of it. International, look at that.
Holy crap.
Wow. That's amazing.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's huge. Like, if I recall his
we're only
point,
in the third month.
yeah, if I recall his point, this is huge. This is huge. This is like ginormous. So that's both tremendous. And if I remember the main point, he leads up to the fact that this is where we are, but we're just getting going. Here's global. There's some numbers, Ron. And this is global. Look at that. Less than half the time to go to the second billion. And I believe I've got one. Okay. There's the 2
That's
years.
huge.
Look at how we're cutting. You know how he usually is too. He shoots really conservative and then we wind up beating it.
Yeah, true.
So
like we can say we're a multi-billion-dollar company.
Yeah, we said that for years.
Yeah.
Within 7 or 8 years. I mean, nobody's ever been able to do that outside of Apple.
Well, leadership.
Right.
Well, we beat them. We beat Apple.
Yeah.
So, didn't we?
I don't think
Yeah,
so.
I think
They were-
it was,
It was neck and neck. It was
I
the
think we're on
same
par.
timeline.
Yeah, we're on par with them, but I don't think we were beating them.
and it's a great analogy for sure.
Yeah.
The one thing that, well, the thought's coming back to me. It was on one of the previous screens. Anyway, it'll come to me. Let's see here.
I know leadership was 20, what is it, 8 to 19 now? So maybe like 2015, that was something like 2 billion in US sales. So
Yeah. When
Yeah,
you look
that's what I
at
just
a
said.
lot of other network marketing companies, they get to a certain point, like maybe down around 2011 or 2012, and then their growth is flat in US. And so to grow their company, they just have to go international. But that's not the case with doTERRA because we know how different they are. And that's one of the things that sets them apart and makes it, definitely a better way to go if you're going to do business. They continue just to have phenomenal growth in the US and Canada. We're not even, and he gets into the penetration. We think, everybody knows about it. Look at right there in Utah around headquarters. Look at the penetration. Percentages are just so small.
Yeah,
Oh,
Salt
yeah.
Lake. Salt Lake's only 3 to 5%.
Right. It's like, you know, everybody talks about, oh, if they could buy, like Andy Goddard this morning, he talked about, what if you could, if you knew what doTERRA was going to do in 10 years and right at the first you bought stock in them.
Mhm.
You know, that's a way I think of it. A lot of people think, oh, 10 years, you know, been in it 10 years or whatever. And everybody knows, well, this gives you an idea that that's not even close. I mean, we're barely scratching the surface, barely. Global, or Canada here, just nothing, you know. It's wide open market. Let's see, what did we get into? I think we're into Dr. Hill's talk now. He just hit how, you know, we used to have like 7 or 8 tests on them, on the oils. How
Wow.
about 54?
54
Wow.
samples.
Nobody's even in the realm of where doTERRA is with the way they manage their quality and their CPTG.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so there's how it breaks down. They hire out those other 11 at ARPC, and then doTERRA Science does the other tests. Here's just a sample of them. I'm just going to hit through these fast, and we'll stop on anything anybody wants to. So this ARPC, this was kind of cool. They tested oils for more than 50 companies, all of from like direct sellers, you know, the main competitors to doTERRA and online retail. And let's just get to the bottom line here was there were only 3 companies that consistently had the pure oils. doTERRA was one of those. The other 2 were, this was still Corey, I think. Maybe. Anyway, it doesn't matter, but they were just boutique companies, online type companies, and one of them was about to file for bankruptcy. They were in financial trouble. And then 80% of the oils that are sold there, you'll notice the summary, are adulterated. This is, you know, I like this more for leadership type stuff. I don't like to hit on the negative, but it definitely can turn it to the positive of doTERRA. Let's see, some reputable social media companies were 100% adulterated. Other large companies, 50% of their oils or more were adulterated.
I mean, people need to see this. This is something. You know, I captured this slide too, and I can tell you that, you know, when you realize how much of the products that are out there are not authentically natural products, you know.
Yeah, and you're breathing them in or putting them on your body or something.
Or even taking them internally, you know.
Yeah. So anyway, that was powerful information. He just went over a little bit of how they adulterate it, the typical process of stuff goes to market, and how doTERRA does it. And then
Go back to that adulteration slide. Go back one more. Examples of common adulteration. Nope, that. Inclusion of carrier oils without being labeled. Labeling as such. Mislabeled species, selling cinnamon leaf as cinnamon bark. Oh, totally. I mean, I experienced that when I was in, when I worked at a health food store. I never liked cinnamon. I was like, I love cinnamon, but then I'd taste the cinnamon oil and I'd be like, this is not cinnamon. Like it, you know how cassia is? Like sometimes they put cassia in as cinnamon because it's cheaper. And so it's not the same, like at all. Like I experienced that hugely. Synthetic fragrances and chemicals added. Some oils are 95 to 100% complete fabrication made by trained perfumists to smell pure. Wow.
Yeah, it's a mess out there, and people just don't realize it. I agree with Ron totally that they, you know, this is part of the education to help people. If they starting to love an oil, you know, love oils, they need to realize they're just not. You have either you buy from doTERRA, the other company's going out of business, or if you can figure out who that other little boutique one is online, but then you're going to have a service support, you know, there's just nothing.
Well,
I mean,
plus the boutique ones are much more expensive than doTERRA's. So
yeah,
if it's less expensive than doTERRA, then it's not pure.
Yeah, for sure. They went over the latest on the primary and healthcare. let's see, this is just talking about markets. Here's some of those numbers. Let's see. This is from an outside marketing source. I better jam here a little bit, just because of time. So I'm willing to share any of these photos if anybody wants them.
I do.
You can put them in a Google Doc or something like that, and then just post
Yeah.
the link or something.
This was cool.
I have 11 gig of photos.
Yeah, Ron's probably, I was way back in the corner, so for
Well,
Ron.
what we could do is we could just make one location, and then everybody can drop their photos in it.
Yeah, cool, just let me know. I love this number right here. Check this out.
Central scientific and medical publications have increased by nearly 400%.
Since doTERRA started, basically.
Yeah.
Look at
Wow.
that. Then Dr. Hill talked
Oh,
about
wait,
Dr.
go back
Rick.
one more, just really quick.
Yeah.
What I really like is that this is what I heard they talked about was like 80% self-care, 20% proactive medical care.
Mhm.
They were trying to really push like the medical center, like we need to be more proactive with our health by going to the doctor so we can prevent disease and different things if we're going
Yeah.
consistently. But it'd be
Yeah.
like so nice to know that we're going to a doctor that actually cares about our health and it's not pushing drugs, you know? Like, here, take these oils because, oh, you have this risk in your family, or, you know, you kind of have high blood pressure, so let's get you on a protocol for oils. So you don't see anything, you know, a heart attack later on in life, you know, and you wouldn't know if you didn't go to the doctor to be able to test your blood or whatever. And so it's like, I just stay away from the doctors because I'm just like, what are you going to offer me? Like, I don't want your stuff. And that's just how I am and have been. And I stay pretty healthy and I'm taking care of myself, like through nutrition and food and, you know, all those things. But you got to think about it, you know, like, well, if I went to somebody who could just give me a, you know, like just test me to make sure that I'm on good levels, then give me a protocol that I can use for oils. Like, how awesome would that be?
You know, we're going through that right now with my other half, Rachel.
Mm-hmm.
He was exposed because he had a blood transfusion back in, you know, like the early 80s
Mm-hmm.
before they were testing it. So he was exposed to hepatitis C. Not a single test in, you know, the 30 years since has proven that he's positive for it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he goes, gets a physical, and one day he gets a phone call from this pharmacy out of Texas. Your meds will be arriving on Monday. He said, what meds? Well, to treat your hep C. The hep C I don't have.
Weird.
Yeah, so the medication arrives on Monday. I immediately go into research mode and pull up the side effects. Well, if ever in your lifetime you were ever exposed or had hepatitis B, it can reignite. Now that's more damaging than hepatitis C.
Mm.
And just because he's a baby boomer, boom, you just automatically are expected to have hepatitis C. So I did a little bit more research, and it clearly states that you can have a false positive, meaning you can carry the antibody for HCV, which is the hep C and HIV antibody.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't mean that you're ever going to actually come down with the virus. So why would you treat something you don't have? And oh, by the way, you can only work about 3 hours a day because this stuff is going to make you feel like the worst flu symptoms you've ever had.
Wow.
Yeah.
So we're
That's crazy.
we
And
have
that's our medical, but that's our medical
we have a
assistant.
clinic down here.
I'm sorry?
We're lucky where we live here in St. George because we already have a clinic here.
I'm jealous.
And so there's the phase 1 cities because you can go to your doctor. You can go to the doctor at the Prime Meridian and you're going to get a wide, you know, he's going to be able to also give you advice on your oils and stuff, your supplements. So then they announced these phase 2 cities, which are cool. We've got people in those area, a lot of those areas.
Yeah, I've got a sister and a niece and great niece and nephew in the Seattle area.
Yeah. So let's see. Yeah, and then the phase 3, you've got a lot more East Coast
Okay,
stuff.
we need one up in Reno.
Yeah, they don't have one in Reno, so.
They do. Now, one of the things they mentioned here, so this I think shows everything, but you know, they'll go where there's demand, guys, right? That's what I got, Ron and Rachel. And they're looking for, they asked us to recommend
Places.
doctors.
Oh, doctor.
Maybe I didn't get a picture of that.
I talked to Simone about that. And what they need is that they need a medical doctor who's interested in partnering with them and
Yeah.
who's open to talking to them. And we can get them access to the physicians panel, as I understand it.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, they had a slide that they put up of what they were looking for, you know, that we could make you know, like if we knew a doctor like this.
I bet you there's so many doctors out there that are like, I want to get out of this. I don't believe in what I was taught. You know, like I want to go more natural. It's such a different time, you know?
I have a slide for that.
You have that, I think, Rachel, you have that side, plus also they would rather be able to have more time. They want to do this. That's why Dr. Osgathorpe, you know, I mean, they want to be able to help more. They want to have more options. They want more time with the patient, you know, and have the allopathic, but also have the holistic and the alternative, you know, that doTERRA offers.
They can offer that.
Science-based, you know, science and evidence-based is what they meant, you know.
Didn't they say that if you have a family of 4, it'd be like $200 a month and then you could go in anytime? It's kind of like your insurance.
Yeah. Here, if you're a member of doTERRA, you get a 10% discount. Your wellness advocate.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah. Anyway,
I have a slide.
I can't wait to see those slides.
I have the one that Barry was talking about with the what the kind of things they're looking for in physicians.
I mean, there was a ton more from the morning, but I'll just cut it there unless there's something specific somebody wants to ask about.
I had 11.5 gigabytes of pictures.
You have that one. Did you hold up your phone with the one of the type of doctors they were wanting us to refer?
Yeah, I don't know if you can. Well, here I can share a screen if you want to see it. Hang on 1 second.
Because if you're in an area where they don't like you guys in Reno or whatever, I mean, if you can build the demand, they'll find the property, they'll get the clinic, especially if there's a doctor.
Ron, do you know how many wellness advocates you have in the Reno area?
Yeah, it was like 3,000 or something. I mean, it's a lot. It may be more than that.
Probably more there than there is in St. George, but St. George was a reasonable market for them to start in, I imagine.
Yeah.
Well,
I can
this
show
is
you.
Michelle. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah. Hi, Michelle.
Hi. There's that other Blue Diamond in Reno. What's her name? She's really sweet, the blonde.
Well, there's Keely, who's presidential.
Keely. And then there's also this doctor that is a doTERRA person, a wellness advocate, Dr. Joe Johnson in Sparks, and he has his own practice, but maybe he could do something to start it. I don't know if he was at leadership or not. Yeah. Yeah. I will.
Yeah.
I've been to him before. He's an okay doctor. I mean, I'm not terribly thrilled with him, but, you know. Anyway, I mean, you know, you still, I mean, would he just abandon his practice or would he turn his practice into a Meridian practice?
I don't know what they would have to do. So.
Yeah.
Can you see the slide I have?
Board certified licensed family practices or primary physician, MD or DO, nurse practitioners, physician assistants, supportive of using essential oils and other evidence-based integrative treatments.
Refer qualified individual at healthcare.doterra.com.
Hi, everyone. Justin Harrison talked to us at lunch and said that they look at all the statistics, and Reno has to grow, meaning Northern Nevada. Reno has to grow before that would be considered in the statistics. So last
Well
day,
then, guys, get going.
right.
You gotta grow.
So one thing I thought was interesting that, because I wasn't really clear of what this whole thing was supposed to be, right? And this slide kind of gives you an overview of where it fits into the healthcare thing. It's not meant to be healthcare insurance replacement. It's meant to only focus on preventative kinds of things. So if you break your arm, you still go to the ER. So you still need to have insurance. Okay, you still need catastrophic coverage, that kind of stuff. So that's something to take into account. It's not like we're just going to get, it's going to be like a $99 a month kind of deal where we're just part of this program, but it's not all of our health insurance.
But because we're mostly all self-employed, we're not going to have like the normal insurance. So like we personally, Brian and I, we have the catastrophic.
Right. Lizzie has that.
Christian Healthcare Ministries. And I don't know how much we even pay. I'd have to look at my bill.
I think Lizzie's is like about $150 a month.
Yeah, so we use that, and then I could go do this. I would love to be able to get, both sides, if like there's something, I'm open to it, but at least they can prescribe me things other than that. Like, that's so cool. So cool. Oh, that's cool.
What's
Erica
that?
just did an oil make and take in Reno. You'll have to tell us how it went when we get to you, Erica. That's awesome. So anyway, that's pretty cool, guys. I love that part. So I know that Dr. Hill had his
I got that in video.
Oh, you do? It was really good.
I posted on my
The biggest things that I took from that was copaiba is 98% sesquiterpenes.
Yep.
Which is all about anti-inflammatory response. And so what I also liked, he said, is combine it with turmeric and are they saying it copaiba or copaiba?
Copaiba.
He said copaiba.
Copaiba? Okay, well, I'm staying with copaiba. So to use it with a carrier oil over the pain. Like area, low, chain fatty acids. So the turmeric stinks so bad, though. That's the only thing. So I just made a roller bottle for my friend who has some knee pain, and so I put frankincense, copaiba, and turmeric in a roller bottle with coconut oil, and I was just like smelling. I'm like, can I put in some like lime or something? Because it stinks. What's this, Ron?
This is what some of the CBD oils in the market, and even Young Living is getting into that.
Yeah.
And they're blending it with other kinds of things. And one of the things he talked about I thought was really useful was the dosages. Let's see if I can find it. Because it turns out here we go. They have different uses of CBD oils. And they're saying that 1,000 milligrams of pure CBD is effective, right? Well, if you go back to this previous slide, this entire thing here, if you look at the bottle, right, it's 28 milligrams per serving. So it's such a small amount that it's just not doing it, So anyway, there's a lot. I have a ton of slides, but these are examples of what the effectiveness of our copaiba is because if you look at the numbers here, it's so much more effective per drop.
I have somebody that's got Parkinson's, and we're combining the frankincense and the copaiba together under the tongue, and it's helping to reduce the tremors tremendously for hours.
That's good to know.
So if you look at this, right, 600 milligrams, right, helping ease anxiety, but you look at that a typical dose of the other CBD oil was 25 milligrams. That's like you could drink a whole freaking bottle.
Wow.
What Dr. Hill was saying is dosage is critically important. Okay, and that's why he brought this up with Copaiba. You know, you can see how much more effective per drop this is.
Wow. Well, you know what's cool is I had my friend who just had back surgery, and I'm having him take it internally and then applying it on his back. And he says that it's really taking the edge off, which is awesome. And he doesn't like to take medication, so it's really, helpful for him. So there's a lot of good stuff with it. And I love that, we're comparing this to CBD oil, which is like going crazy all over, and everybody thinks that it's so much better. But seeing this, you're just like, wow. Like,
well, and the thing is, the thing about doTERRA that Dr. Hill was talking about specifically is that, we will not be selling CBD oil in the near future, okay, because it doesn't meet our CPTG standards, right?
mm-hmm.
I mean, it just doesn't meet our standards, so we can't bring it into our system. As much as profitable as this stuff is, right? They're not willing to take their standards and reduce them just to bring CBD oil into it, because it's not CPTG. They can't get it CPTG.
Interesting.
Yep.
So you think it's isolated.
Yep.
Correct. Interesting. Anything else that you guys remember from his talk? Those are the only things I wrote down. I guess that was pretty cool.
CBD is not an essential oil. It's an isolate, I think.
It's like an isolate.
Right.
Not an essential oil.
Got it. Yeah, so that was really good talk. I really liked that, going early and going to his thing. I know we broke up into all these different groups and stuff like that. So, Tumeron's brain function. That's good. Oh yeah, so 2 drops of that and 2 drops of that morning. Okay, I did write down.
Are we gonna do that because Ron's got awesome photos here.
Ron, can you drop in everybody, like maybe, I don't know how to do it, but somebody lead the way and create a Google.
I have mine in Dropbox. I mean,
can you do it in Dropbox and then add your video so we can watch his?
I can't put the video up. I mean, I've got it on 60 Days of Silver, but he specifically said do not post the video on any kind of social media.
Well, do it. Why not in Dropbox? That's not social media.
But it is. I mean, anybody can get to. They can send a link to anywhere. That's the problem. But just let me know, and we'll figure out something. I just don't. Okay. He said don't do it, so I'm not. I mean, I put it behind a password protected, firewall, so to speak, on my 60 Days of Silver site, but in the bonus area. If anybody in 60 Days of Silver, you can get in the bonus area. But this is some really good pictures. I have no problem putting all these pictures. I mean, I've got a Dropbox where all of these slides are.
Isn't that funny? I noticed how he spelled I thought he spelled it wrong, like reparatory. I thought he was trying to say respiratory. I'm like, oh, that's the word. It's like, I've never heard reparatory. Whatever. Is it respiratory? Is it reparatory?
Reparatory.
Yeah.
Think of reparatory, right? Think of it that way.
Oh, reparatory. Got it.
That was a different one I was at.
Ron,
okay, so
sorry, Dr. Hill said only the Copaiba, the 45 minutes about Copaiba
right.
is one that he requested not to put on social media because it's a comparison of
got it.
Well, because it's non-compliant. That's why.
Right. Anyway, that's it.
Got it. Sounds good.
But at the same token, Ron, is there a private place that we could post it?
Well, I mean, I don't have a problem with all the photos. I mean, you just can't post that video out there.
No, I don't intend to do that. Yeah. I would use it to.
You can access it. You're part of 60 Days Silver. You can just go right in there and watch the bonus. So
where's it at?
It's in the bonus. Just look in the bonus. It's like the first second.
Okay. All right.
But as far as the pictures here, I've got Dropbox. I can put the link in the chat box if you want.
That'd be cool. Thanks.
Okay.
Yeah, that'd be great. Thank you.
I just wonder how we can all put ours all in this, like, well, there's somewhere that we can add our pictures too. Like, don't do the dumb ones, try to clean them up maybe if you can, or and don't do duplicates, but try to make it look, I don't know.
Yeah, Ron's are better. I was just way back. His are a lot better than mine. I don't know that there's any sense of sharing mine unless.
He probably took all the same ones you took. So.
Well, I missed the phase one. I missed your phase one. I missed that one. I remember.
The morning, or the, let's see, that would be in.
Ron has slept in.
1 to 5 on Monday.
Yeah, I got phase 2, phase 3, but somehow I missed phase 1. So.
Are you talking about like Corey Lindley, Dr. Hill, Dr. Osgathorpe, and those?
Yeah, the one. No, just the photo, the phase 1 photo of the.
Of the healthcare.
Prime Meridian.
Okay, yeah.
I got everything else.
I understand. Ron missed one photo out of 6,000. That's all.
Well, you know what? You know what's interesting though. I think they said, and Rachel, you can confirm this. They said that they had all the slides posted someplace.
Yeah, they were going to do that.
So I don't know. Maybe we can look on the Diamond board. Look on the Diamond board. Maybe we can find where that is.
So Tara said, Russell Butter said, "Hey, you guys really like these?
Yeah,
we're gonna put them up."
He did
exactly.
say that, didn't he?
I remember saying that. So I don't know where they put them, but that might save a lot of time for everybody. You know.
Okay. Well, Erica said that you can make Dropbox or Google Drive folder and keep it private, and you can make it collaborative, so everybody can add to it.
Well, it's private, but the problem is, if you can send that link to somebody, then it's no longer private.
But maybe it's the link. Only the people who are invited to that link can.
Oh, if that's the case, yeah, I don't know.
That's what it is. If you aren't in the group, you can't share it to anybody else.
So
if you shared it to them, they can't open it up.
Okay, I'll take a look and see if I just want to honor his, you know.
Oh, I get it. Yeah. Okay, so really quick, I stayed for Nicole Moultrie's using strengths to maximize your results. So our strengths finder, we have, if you go into the back office under empowered success, you can go into, was it empowered success or was it?
Empowered.
Where?
It might be empowered you.
Empowered you, thank you. Yeah, I knew it was somewhere else. Empowered you, you can find the strengths finder for leaders. And it's so cool because you can actually look at your strength and it can actually, like, so if you have people, somebody who has belief as their first one, you can actually see how to lead that person that has belief, like what to do, what they like. So you can be specific to their needs and how to lead them and how to listen to them, which I thought was really cool. And it just kind of goes into just more things in depth about each strength. And I like what she said. She said, if you want to be good at everything, you'll never be great at anything. And I think that I have that disease a little bit. So I want to do everything. And it's just funny that I'm just not like really great at anything. Like I'm good at it. I'm just not really great and like perfect in anything. Not like I'm saying you have to be perfect, but there's certain things that you're just like, I'm kind of scatterbrained. So it really helped me to be like, oh, I should actually pick something this year to just like really get good at. Whether it's in my business with closing, you know, or it's, you know, something specific in my business. So I thought that was really good. And if we have confidence, if we know who we are and we're okay with who we are, the confidence equals power plus action. So if we have power and action, that will result to having confidence. And then strengths breeds confidence, and confident people move. And so she talks about investing in our strengths. And if we invest in our strengths, there is 72% less turnaround with employees if they were taught how to use their strengths. So if all of us taught our leaders how to use their strengths, you're going to have 72% less turnaround in their businesses than if they didn't understand their strengths and if we didn't focus on them. Because if we can define and refine our strengths, then the path to greatness, to great success, is knowing yourself and knowing those you lead. So I think it's really good to know ourselves a little bit more of how we are, and you can be upfront and be like, this is who I am. This is me. I'm woo, and I'm scattered, and you can, you know, you may not be able to understand if I'm like, because like they say, like woo's like, you'll go and meet everybody at the party, but you won't be able to like stop, and I can totally stop and connect with people. But like, I have this thing that I'm like, I see this other person over there and I want to go talk to them too, you know? And it doesn't mean that I'm trying to be rude to anybody, but somebody might take that as being rude. So it's really good to let our leaders know how we are, and then have them take the test. So then they get to know themselves, and then we can understand who we are leading with. And so I liked that talk. Did anybody else go to that one?
I think I went to the social media one or something.
And then I went to the placements panel, and they talked about CC. You know how we talk about, like, if we're looking for a leader, we want to make sure that they have 2 C's, which is committed and capable. And somebody to kind of define committed as shows up for training and is and invests in their growth. So they are committed to investing in their growth. They're going to different trainings. They want to be always learning and growing. And then capable is that they can enroll. They're an enroller. So they know how to do it. They're not scared of talking to people. So if you're looking for committed and capable, those are certain things to look for in a builder if you want them to be on your front line. And then things to look for are have the leaders to look for is to have hard work ethic, and then have a great personality, like in makes people feel good about themselves. Like they have a great personality and they make and uplift other people. That's a really great thing to look for. And then they talked about when you start leading people to focus on the rank and not the power of 3. Because obviously, you know, that will come later, but don't confuse them and put that as the focus. Really focus on the rank. And then really the biggest thing to focus on outside of that is really just to help and love people. Like that should be our number one focus as a leader. And then, like, you know how we have our vision board where it has like the circles and stuff like that. You can put stickies. So if you're considering in like, you just enrolled some people and you're like, where should I move them or place them? You can actually put stickies on it and kind of like, so like put their name on, and you can move and rearrange them around. Does that make sense? So you can be like, okay, this person might go better here. This person might go better there. If you've got a lot of enrollments, like Sherry, she just enrolled 4 people. And so it's like, where should I put these people? And it kind of like, where does this person fit best? Mm-hmm. So you can kind of rearrange it and look at it on your organization, which I thought that was good. Natalie said that. And then they said customers at your 3rd and 4th levels, and place builders in your 1st and 2nd levels. And then pray where the builders belong. So just take time to pray where they should go, because that's honestly, it's just, you do your best. In the first 2 weeks, you don't necessarily know. So ask God how, like, where they should go.
Rachel, should we tell them that when you go diamond, you get like this crystal ball?
Yeah. Right. Yeah, right. Automatic.
What the heck?
Yeah, you didn't know?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
You better get diamond.
I knew that they made everything perfect for you.
It's one of the intangible benefits of going diamond. I thought you guys knew. I probably should have kept that secret.
There's no more stress. I knew you guys had a secret.
Less stress.
Correct.
Yeah. Awesome. That's why we're always smiling.
Right. Yeah, you got the secret ball.
Go diamond.
So then they were, I don't know where this came from, but it says, be clear. Clear is kind. Like with your expectations of the people who are starting with you. Like, and if you're unclear, it's unkind. So we need to be like really clear with your expectations that you have as working with them on your front line or whatever. And then if you are going to place people, make sure on line 1, you have your leaders. Line 2, you have your builders. Line 3, you have your shares. And line 4, you have your users. So that's kind of the thought process if you want to have good placement strategy. So I have stuff from Ange Peters and stuff. I know you guys probably got that too. Let's hear from Barry about Elise first before I share anything else.
I gotta go.
Well,
Everybody have a great day.
See ya. Thanks, Ron.
Thanks.
I'm not too far
Ron,
behind.
did you have
I know,
Elise's
I gotta
video?
go too, but we gotta hurry and finish this.
I'll
So
just show you this video, and I'll post the link on the Facebook page. Let me share this real
Thank you.
quick. This was the best I found so far, and it you know, if you just, yeah, there's people walking in front, but
hey,
this talk is one of the most I don't know what the right word is for me, but it's incredible. And maybe, you know, just with to honor the restraints of time, I'll put this link up. You can watch, I think, almost all of it here. I watched it again last night. But she talks about this great mental coach, and she gives a really good example of a young woman who's a skier and her challenges and how she used belief to overcome doubt, and just some powerful principles about how doubt and belief cannot exist in the same space.
Right.
And real life stories behind each principle that she teaches. So I just can't say enough about this, what it meant for me, and I think for all of life and everyone. So anyway, I'll just post that and leave that.
okay, thank you. Yeah, so watch it if you want to know.
It is one of the best talks that I've ever heard.
Let's see. Some of the things that I got from her: doubt is the exact opposite of belief. With me and God, we've got this. We can do this.
Yeah.
Talked about daily habits. We must replace our self-talk with positive talk. Number 2, perfect the correct skill sets. Practice doesn't make perfect. Practice makes permanent. Practice the correct skill sets. You need to know how to close. Like, you need to know how to close. If you are going to be successful in this business, you need to know these things. So we've got to practice them constantly. And then our capacity increases because we do it over and over again. Like, is that kind of what you wrote down, Barry?
Yeah, those were definitely some of those key points.
And she talked about getting an accountability partner, text them 10 in the morning, 10 at night, give them your what you're going to do that day, and then text them what you accomplished. It just keeps you committed. And then make and keep your commitments. That's huge for us to be successful.
She gave a story almost with each one of these things that she taught. And you see that here's a triple diamond person that Rachel knows. I mean, they're like close friends. And she knows my wife very well. She probably wouldn't know me if she saw me. But anyway, she's a great person. My point is, she's a regular person. And here she is. She shared these challenges, and she shared them in her own life. And so many times, you know, I think as humans, we think we're the only one dealing with that, or we're the only one to have that doubt. But a triple diamond has those doubts and has those obstacles. And so she shares these things to help you through. And that thing when you tell yourself you've got this, but then when it's so overwhelming that you feel like you don't have it, and then it's like you go to what Rachel said, that she said, that's when it's me and God have got this, you know. And so it is powerful.
Yeah.
That's part of the whole Atma too. It's when you know the divine's within you, how can you possibly fail? And
Mhm.
it's that trust in knowing something greater than you has your back.
Oh my gosh,
So
right?
press forward.
They talk so much about shining your light, and I got thinking about it, and it's just like, our light comes from God.
Mm-hmm.
We wouldn't have light without God. And so it's us connecting and communing and connecting with God so we can have a greater and more like a brighter light, because we are in direct communication and taking time for that relationship to grow, and we will be more guided to know how to run our businesses better. We don't know. We don't know everything. We think we do, and we think that we can make it, and we have to realize that we're not alone, and that we can shine brighter if we have Him on our side. So
it's something a conversation I had with my sister yesterday, because she really doesn't like where and the decision she made 2 years ago to move to the Bellevue, Seattle area. And I said, okay, let's take a step back for a moment. You didn't listen to your inner voice. And she goes, no, I didn't. And I said, isn't that always the case? When we don't listen to our inner voice, which is God within, it's the divine within, that's when we get ourselves into trouble.
we allow our ego to take over.
Exactly.
I know what's best, but it's like being able to be in tune, to listen to that still small voice, to guide us and move us in directions that we were like, wait, I had a different idea, but I really feel, because you're connected and tapping in, I feel that this might be the right direction. And so listen to that one.
Right. Well, it comes down to, the grass is always greener on the other side of the fence. And instead of just staying where we're planted.
Yeah, trusting.
And moving, because there's a purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Because I almost, like 3 times in the last 3 months, called up a colleague and said, write a check, make me an offer I can't refuse. I'm going to go do oils full time. And of course, that's really powerful the last 6 months. But I keep promising somebody I'm working with, okay, the timing's not right. Okay. I have to do the work on the doTERRA side before that can happen.
Yeah, true. It's true. Well, I know that I think we made that point really clear, but I think that we need to be that beacon of light so people can find us. And if we're not shining and we're not growing and we're not doing the things it takes to be able to be successful in this business, we're not shining. We're putting ourselves under that bushel, and we're not allowing our light to shine. And working with the divine is going to help us way more immensely than we have capacity to understand. And one of the things, and there's so many things I learned. I want to share them all. Just talked about, remember Justin Harrison and John Bush, how they talked. That was a really good talk. I liked theirs. Talking about being financially free and getting out of debt. I love our company because they really strive to make sure that we are not spending our money and we're saving it. And when we're making money, we're going to actually have money in the bank to be able to have for a disaster or anything that happens in our life. And so they just talked about have 2 months of doTERRA paycheck in our savings account and then give back, do things to be able to give back to the community and, be so grateful for the paychecks that we do get. And this talked about, this was my favorite quote that John said. He says, don't be the dam in the river, be the damn river.
Yes, I love that.
Let it flow. and just allow your business to work and flow, and don't get in your own way, and don't go, like, be smart with your money, be smart with your investments, be smart with who you are enrolling, and be brave to talk to people who scare you. That's what Emily Wright said. Be brave to talk to people who scare you. Those are the people you should call. So on your names list, all the people that scare you, call them first, and be okay with who you are. And that was from Kim Camuso, the Essential Mermaid.
I loved her.
She's great. Her Instagram is Citrine and Sage. If you're not following her, she's awesome. She just was so real. I liked her talk. And she said, have an impact and send your signal out to the universe. And that's what she said, be the beacon of light so people can find you. And just really believe that you're enough. And that is your strength, you know? Like, just know that you're enough and keep shining brightly. And yeah, there's a lot of good stuff I have here. But I loved it all. Leadership is always inspiring. I hope if you guys didn't make it this year, that you'll be there next year and really make an effort, because surrounding yourselves with all the leaders and just seeing, and you could just see the brightness shining off of so many people there. And I mean, it was just really inspiring to be around people. So, Erica says she's making it next year. All right, game on, girl. Game on. I'm excited to see you. How about you, Rhonda?
Oh, I'll never miss another one.
Okay, that's perfect. We have it on video, so just so you know.
And I put it in writing in my newsletter.
Oh, good.
What would the golden you do? Did you see that?
I didn't. What did it say?
So on March 21st, it's a builder's. It's what do is the title.
What? Can you say it again? It skipped.
What in the gold? What would the gold in you do?
Oh, what would the gold in you do? I like that. That's beautiful.
So if you didn't get it, I'll resend it to you, Rachel.
I may have, but there was a little, like, I still have like so many emails from leadership that I haven't even like looked at. I was like, there's 60 that just happened just barely, and I didn't, just couldn't focus on it. So anyway, and so did Emily Wright. She just said, like, I give you permission to rise up. Like, rise up and allow your light and the light from within, from God, shine. And go out there and do what it takes to reach your goals. And we all have something powerful to offer the world, and they're all unique. Learn your strengths, develop them into beautiful masterpieces, and go and use those strengths to bless your life and bless so many other people's lives. And I'm so grateful to be a part of the company. I'm so grateful to be able to have each of you on my team. And I just look forward to amazing things this year. And thank you so much for showing up for this call and supporting me and all of our team that watches the recording and whoever shows up live. And Barry, thank you for taking the time sharing what you learned at leadership. And
Rachel, last
Sure.
week,
You're welcome.
go to one of the leaders that didn't show up on the leadership. I talked to her last week, and she said this. She said, I will not let that happen again. And to me, that's very, very powerful, because that means to say she knows what she doesn't want to happen is not going, not accomplishing, not being a part of something. So she said, I'm not going to let this happen again.
After going and then not going, I mean, that's going to be a little painful, right, Rhonda?
Yes.
So she said,
Knowing what it's like.
So I said, oh my gosh, can I share this? Yeah, because that line is part of what I'm telling the women that I'm trying to empower. That's part of my passion, is telling you have to know what you don't want to happen to you or to people around you. That's it. I mean, she said, I will not let that happen again. Anyway, that's it.
Yeah.
Very, very nice message.
No, it's setting that intention down to your core.
Yep.
And I'm there, as God is my witness.
That's Wanda.
And I have it on recording. I'll just keep reminding you of that. I'm going to go back. Right before, be like, I think there was a video right after leadership.
No, God is my witness. I will never miss another leadership.
That's awesome. Well, it was great talking with you guys today. Thanks so much again for coming onto the call, and good luck this week. And I am not promising anything. I want to be able to be on the call next week or the next 2 weeks, but is there any volunteers that wants to help lead the call? If not, I can ask somebody specifically, but I have 2 weeks that I will be out of town.
Enjoy your trip. That's so exciting.
Yep.
I'm a possible, and I can talk with you. I may
Okay.
be able to next week.
Okay.
So
Awesome. Maybe Ron and Liz can do the next one if not. So, and I'll just try to pop on, but I just don't want to be responsible and then I can't get internet or something like that. So,
Okay.
okay, bye guys. Have a good day.
Bye-bye.
Paige,
Thanks, everybody.